What's going on, guys? Kevin the Tech Ninja here, and today's video is my 30-day review with the OnePlus 8T. The OnePlus 8T falls dead smack in the middle of other major phones. There were about 6 other phones released into the mix, so for the 8T to stand out, it's gonna take a lot. First, we need to talk about design. This is where OnePlus has stepped up over the past few years. At $749, this feels like a modern-day smartphone. Ergonomically, I think it fits well in the hand. 120 Hz quad cameras on the back and a 65-watt charger, hole punch cutout, 5G, and a lot. And also there's a camera bump. But to be honest, most phones have camera bumps now, so that is in line with everything else. I don't think this camera bump is too intrusive and it doesn't get in the way day to day. I would say for me, the biggest winner is the screen. 120 Hz makes everything feel so much smoother and so much faster. You know, bouncing between apps, scrolling through a litany of settings, Twitter, Instagram, anytime you interact with the phone, it's a smooth experience. Beyond the refresh rate, the screen looks good too. It has amazing colors, it's sharp, it's vibrant, it's OLED, so the back levels are pure, and I put it up there with Samsung as far as display technology. Oh yeah, it's also 1080p too, which I don't think it's a big deal, and I just think it looks fine. And keeping it 100, when you use a phone that's 1080p or Quad HD, you quickly forget which one is which until you go into YouTube and look at the settings, then you can see the difference. But at the end of the day, 1080p is just fine. What is disappointing is how the back of the phone gets fingerprints and smudges within a few seconds of using it. And something else that is weird, the unlocked version doesn't have an IP rating for water, but the T-Mobile version does. I'm not sure if it's a legal thing, a cost thing, I don't know, but I'm not gonna be dunking this phone in water anytime soon. I guess this is forgiven at $749, but cheaper phones are absolutely getting better too, and next time around, I don't think this will be acceptable. One thing OnePlus has always nailed was software. As of this video, the 8T is on Android 11, Oxygen OS 11. And let me tell you, Oxygen OS has still proven to be my favorite skin for Android. I love being able to customize every aspect of the phone's software, from the color profiles to the screen accent color to dark mode to even screen off gestures and always on display. This isn't unique to the 8T, but it's something I love about OnePlus phones, and also performance is great. This feels like the fastest phone I have used thanks to the screen refresh rate in Oxygen OS. I just did a speed test comparing this to 4 other newer phones on my channel, so make sure you check that out if you want to see how fast this phone actually is and how it stacks up to the competition. There is one software bug, and it's in YouTube. When I pinch the zoom, it doesn't zoom in. It's weird. It looks like it's zooming in, but it doesn't. I'm not sure why. Assuming it's going to be fixed, but right now I had to mention it. Now, moving right along to camera, this is one thing that OnePlus has struggled with in the past. We've updated the number of cameras, but I can't say the quality has made leaps and bounds as I would like to see. Outdoors, the camera is good, but almost every phone is these days. I think the biggest issue is white balancing. Some images this camera produces just does not look like the scene at all. They added focal lengths, and that's nice to see. The ultra wide looks great, but it does get soft around the edges, just like other ultra wide lenses. But used in the right scenario, it produces nice shots. Dynamic range is good too with HDR enabled, and the colors do pull through nicely. I will say lower light has gotten much better than previous phones. There's even a nightscape mode, which I think produces some pretty good shots at night. The front-facing camera has one small flaw, and that is blown out highlights. If you look at the side of my face in this picture, it is completely blown out. And the inconsistent white balance just makes my skin different colors, and yeah, just doesn't look great to me. These 2 shots were taken within a few seconds of each other, and yet one is warmer than the other. But I will say portrait mode gets the cutout right most of the time. I'm confident I'll get the shot as expected, and the separation looks good, even with my son's hair, which most phones have issues with. But once again, that white balance. The macro lens isn't great, it's more of a gimmick feature that I've used a few times. It's not for me, the images aren't great at all, even with professional lighting. I mean, sometimes you can get a good image, but meh. So just like the still shots, the video mode is just okay. I mean, stabilization is pretty good and you can track subjects, but the video lacks the same color and punch that the photos do. Overall, the 48 megapixel sensor does a pretty good job. Still, OnePlus camera isn't the main selling point and they're still behind the competition, but they continue to get better. This phone has a lot more things to talk about, but I can't make this video much longer. So here's some quick hits and things you should walk away with for this video. So 5G is on this phone and it's definitely working, but 5G isn't in my area quite yet still. So I can't fully test it. The 65-watt dash charger is very fast. You can get almost 100% in 30 minutes. And that's the most impressive thing. And if you plug it in for 10 minutes, you have enough juice to last most of the day. No wireless charging, bummer, but that thing is sick. Speaking of battery life, I am getting great battery life. I am getting a full, complete day. By the time I go to bed, I'm at 35 to 25%. And that is a full day of using the device. Maybe 6 hours of screen on time, off and on, playing some games, using the internet, on Wi-Fi most of the time these days. And yeah, it's good. And I will say that this phone is really good at gaming. I'm just surprised that, just running Xbox cloud service, gaming on this thing was really good. I wouldn't say it felt like I was on a console, but it was pretty darn close. And overall, just gaming on OnePlus devices just really comes out really well, and I'm super pumped about it. Gaming on a OnePlus device is just a different experience. They have the game tuner that lets you really tap into the potential of the phone. So if you're a gamer, a OnePlus phone might be the best choice for you. But as I always say about OnePlus, if you're not happy with the phone, wait another 6 months and the OnePlus 9 Pro will be out. The T version always feels like a bridge that gaps the year together. So it's a really good phone and most people will be happy with it. Just don't feel the need to ditch your 8 Pro, 8 or even 7T for it because they're still really good phones. OnePlus makes phones for people who love phones. So in turn, these phones will be really good, but at the same time, you don't need to rush and always upgrade to the latest OnePlus phone. Because OnePlus really shows their true colors at the end of the life cycle when you really see that performance still hold on even after a couple years. Anyways, guys, Kevin the Tech Ninja here. Those are my thoughts, my opinions, and my review of the OnePlus 8T after using it for 30 days. As always, guys, hit that sub button and leave a comment down below and ring that bell notification. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.